Now here's a story especially for those watching us from India. We began the show with some good news. We told you the Wuhan virus numbers are falling in India. Here's more good news. Soon Indians will no longer have to wait for days to get their test results. Standing in long queues for swab tests may too become a thing of the past. The Indian Council of Medical Research, the ICMR, has approved India's first home test kit for the Wuhan virus, meaning if you have symptoms, you can now take a test at home, and that too without the supervision of a medical practitioner. How does this test work? Is it safe? How much does it cost? When can you buy it? Our next report has all the answers.
Testing, quarantining and vaccinating. If a country wants to defeat the Wuhan virus, it cannot ignore any of these steps. But in a country like India, where you have more than 1.3 billion people, is it even possible to test every second person? When the pandemic hit India, the country had just one Wuhan virus testing lab. Today there are at least 2,500, and yet there is want for more. Not long ago, India's labs were overwhelmed with COVID samples. Most facilities were forced to suspend home collection. People ran helter-skelter for tests. Now they don't have to. The Indian Council of Medical Research has approved the country's first self-COVID test. It's called Gravitas. The test takes just 2 minutes. The results are in 15 minutes. Meaning, instead of registering for a test, selecting a slot, waiting for your sample to be collected from your home, and then waiting for your results for sometimes for as long as 72 hours, you can now get a test done in 17 minutes. Gravitas is a rapid antigen test, and here's how it works. First, you need to download the Gravitas app, fill in your credentials, and prepare yourself for the test, meaning wash your hands. Now your pouch will have 3 parts: a nasal swab, a pre-filled extraction tube, and a test card. Insert the swab inside both your nostrils. Make sure the swab is inserted 2 to 3 centimeters. Roll the swab 5 times inside each nostril. Now dip the swab inside the extraction tube and ensure it is immersed in the liquid. Pinch the tube in the bottom and swirl the nasal swab around 10 times. Break the swab from the break point and cover the tube. Now add 2 drops of the liquid to the test kit. 15 minutes later, your app will ring. Next, click a photo of the test. And there's your result. Download it and you are good to go. This test costs 250 rupees and it should be available in more than 7 lakh pharmacies across India by the 1st of June. Should you hoard on these tests? Absolutely not. The ICMR has warned against indiscriminate home testing. So, who should ideally be taking this test? People who are showing symptoms of Wuhan virus, and those who were in immediate contact of a person who has tested positive. Next question. Does this test give India a reason to cheer? Yes and no. While the test will share the load of the labs and also make it easier for people to get tested, experts have their concerns. They say rapid antigen has high chances of false negatives. There's also a good chance that the sample is not collected properly. By now we know that nasal swab tests are uncomfortable. Those taking it at home may not insert the swab properly to avoid discomfort. Experts also warn that swabs may be contaminated. Long story short, while self-testing does come as a relief, it cannot always replace bulk RT-PCR tests. Home tests are already in use in many countries, including the United States, South Korea and the European Union. In the US they have proven to be around 90% accurate. Bureau Report, WION. World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.